Well, let me at the outset say that there is no need to link this case with other cases. Each case in its own merit would be discussed. And therefore, I would rely upon the affidavit filed by the Government of India's Home Ministry on 6th August 2009, which clearly defines what was Javed's background, how he adopted the name Javed after he got converted, why he held two passports. He had a checkered and criminal history of staying at Mumbai in Mumbai, and then he went to Dubai where he contracted the contacts with these people, comes back. Even on Ishrat Jahan's background, Gawaza Times, which is a Lashkar-e-Toiba site, appears to have carried news that she was a Lashkar-e-Toiba activist, and then the other two people had a history of having a kind of a scuffle with Jammu and Kashmir police, a record of taking treatment in Delhi, and then the Ministry of Home Affairs report that they had advised the government of India, Gujarat, that there is this network active which is interested in creating some kind of a disturbance by terrorism and terrorist activities in the state of Gujarat and Maharashtra. So in this case, the pertinent facts are that the people involved had a definite link with the terrorist outfits, and also they had some kind of a criminal background and a record. So where is the Gujarat police coming into picture?
Okay, let me get a word in response from Mukul Sinha. You are the counsel of Shamima Bano, the mother of Ishrat Jahan. Respond to the charge that Mr. Jainarayana Vyas is making that in fact Ishrat Jahan was part of a terrorist network. This was on a tip-off from the Ministry of Home Affairs.
I think Mr. Vyas should understand that those were allegations made by the Gujarat government, and which also finds some way or the other in the affidavit of the central government. The central government affidavit was pressed into service in the Gujarat High Court, but the Gujarat High Court, after hearing, did not accept that position and therefore ordered a further investigation. That is one aspect. Secondly, the Tamang report is a 176 statutory inquiry report in which he has gone through complete details. The entire ballistic report, the PMO report, the statements of people, everything has been gone into, and thereafter a prima facie judicial opinion has been formed that the encounter was totally fake, that they were actually forcibly removed from Maharashtra to Gujarat on 12th, and thereafter killed on 14th and shown as encounter on 15th. And I think it is one of the most detailed report that has been given by a judicial officer. I personally think that the government of Gujarat should welcome a judicial opinion of this type and use this for further investigation.
Right, that's a very good point, and the kind of evidence, in fact, that the Tamang report has gone into. Colin Gonsalves, in anywhere else in the world, an encounter killing would be unacceptable. There is no law, there is no trial, you just go and gun somebody down. It's nobody's case, don't prosecute. Nobody's case, don't investigate. But gunning down, the public doesn't seem to be horrified though, and there has not been any coming down by the judiciary even on encounter killing.
Yeah, I think the public is going to be very horrified by what happened. And I think the time will come when the public will really turn against the police for this rubbish that they do. It's going on for too long, and I don't think people are going to tolerate this much longer. As far as the judiciary is concerned, in the 80s, early 90s, the courts were very strict with the police. Last 10-15 years, you've seen the judiciary becoming very slack. And the reason why you have the policemen think that they are above the law is partly because they feel they can get away in court. Now look at this officer, for example. You asked him about a fake encounter. You kill somebody somewhere else, drag the body here, you put a pistol in his hand or her hand, and you shoot them dead, right? And you manufacture evidence, and you asked about a fake encounter. What did he say? He didn't deal with the fake encounter. He just manufactured a story about the antecedents of a person. That is to say, and it's easy for Muslims, as you say, bias against Muslims. It's easy for a Muslim, you can say the person is a Pakistani or a
So
Talibani.
it's almost
and
as
so
if
on.
even if the person is guilty of a petty crime, or supposing, let's put it this way, supposing he's guilty of a 420 crime, or cheating, or some petty crime, he becomes a terrorist with a huge case against him and liable to be shot.
Correct. I mean, you link a man, you say that this
Right.
is the background of the person. And I think to some extent the public have been gullible and have accepted this for all these years. And courts
Yeah.
have been gullible and said, all right, let it go. But things have come to such a point, I don't think the public is going to accept this anymore. Killing in cold blood, like you say, is not acceptable anywhere in the world. India is a country where there's a license to kill. And the police just get away with it all the time.
And it's not just, I'm going to persist with this, not just the BJP, isn't it? It's in Congress-ruled Manipur, encounter killings are going on. It's happening in the 1990s and 2000 all over Mumbai. The so-called encounter specialists gunned down the underworld.
Yeah, I did a case yesterday where 12 policemen gunned down one Mr. Gupta.
Right.
Right? It was a contract killing. Can you imagine policemen being given money to kill?
Policemen doing contract killing. Let's get our policemen in. Mr. M.N. Singh, these special cells, special units that are created in the police force, are they sensitized? Are they sensitized to differentiate between prejudice and trying to sniff out criminals where there are none, trying to sniff out terrorists where there are none? Are they trained in elementary policing? Or are they just made into trigger-happy individuals who just go out there and pull out a gun as if they're fighting a war?